As you know, I try to keep it positive on my channel, but we need to have a little story time about this BookCon experience. Okay? As you know, oh, I haven't even said hi. Hello, BookTube world. It's I, Nicole, and I'm back with another video. So, I just want to say, first and foremost, everything that I'm saying is from my experience, my point of view, my perspective, how I felt. I'm not changing on it. I said what I said. Alright, so before I get into the depths of this horrific, terrible, exhausting 2-day trip that I've ever had in my life, we're going to start off with the positive, the things that I liked, things that went good, the things that were just spectacular. Okay, so the first thing is the weather was good. Well, the day that I landed and Saturday. Great weather, you know, that's a good thing. At least it wasn't raining or snowing, you know, it could have been worse. I landed for all my flights safely, or my first 2 flights I was in a window seat and nobody sat next to me, so that was great. My book was great, that's another positive thing. I made a ton of new friends. I met up with Jesse and I met up with Shane. I got 2 new bookish bags, which I will show you guys. So the 2 bags that I got was this one. It says Book Nerd, super cute. It has rainbow and I love it. Since it's Pride Month, you know, you gotta represent, okay? And then I also got this bag, which is like a little bit bigger. It has a girl on the front that says Namaste, in bed and read. And it's super cute. Super cute. Okay, and meeting all the booktubers that I watch all the time and like I'm obsessed with their videos, stuff like that. That was a great experience. Meeting Common Spence was like the best thing ever. So, confession, I cried. You know, it was a just cleansing experience, but I love his videos. He's one of my favorite booktubers, like hands down. So meeting him was like phenomenal. That was great. I'm just reaching for anything good here. And we had these amazing dumplings, so I ended up meeting up with Shane and Jesse, and where the 3 of us ended up going out into the city and getting these dumplings that Jesse wanted so bad. We were like traveling around all around New York trying to get to these dumplings. The dumplings were phenomenal. So yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got. Let's get into this freaking story time, dude. So let's just start from this hippie top. Okay, I hope you have patience. I hope you got your popcorn. Hope you got time, because I got plenty of things to say, and I'm really hoping this video is not too long because I'm not trying to edit no 30-minute video. So we're gonna try to wrap this up real quick. So number 1 is I booked my flights really late because I planned on going to work that day and I planned on coming back and going to work the following day. However, the job that I was working at was really mentally draining and I was just like so sick of it. I literally had to like quit. My flight was at 4 and I was gonna work until like 11 or 12 and then just head straight to the airport, but I literally just ended up staying home, packing, getting ready, and whatever. So that was my first mistake. Second mistake was my Uber driver ended up dropping me off on the international airline side, and Atlanta's airport is humongous, so him dropping me off at the international airport side ended up making me have to take a 15-minute bus ride to the domestic airline, which is fine because I was like 2-3 hours early, which I like for specific reasons like that. So that was an easy fix. Okay, boom, get on the plane, yada yada yada, whatever, everything's good. So my hotel room was in New Jersey. When I checked online, it was like, oh, 11 minutes away from the Java Center, which is where BookCon was. So I'm like, okay, you know what, that's fine, 10 minutes. You know, clearly it must be closer to Jersey than it is to New York. So I'm like, okay, so I'll just stay in Jersey, you know, whatever. I stupidly did not double check when Expedia had like suggested like flights and everything to me. It was basing it off of the Java Center. It wasn't basing it off of my hotel. So instead of them having me fly in to Jersey, they had me fly in to LaGuardia, which was like 30 minutes away from my hotel, which also ended up being $70 to get to my hotel. So right off the rip, as soon as I landed, I had to pay $70 to get in the Uber and get my ass to my hotel. If I would have flown in to the Jersey airport, it would have only been $15. So, you know, that's just, I was like, okay, you know, it's fine. We're just gonna push through, you know, it's nothing you can do about it. Okay, you're already here, fine. So boom, I get in the Uber. Got this really super cool Asian dude that's my driver. He just was like super older. He was small. He had like his little fitted hat. He has AirPods in. I just thought he was like cool and hilarious. So we get in the car and immediately I'm like, ooh, this is clean. It's nice. It's like spacious. It was like SUV. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna be comfy. I look at his dashboard and this man has 3 devices all facing him. And I don't know why, because I do Uber and Lyft too. I only used one device. I don't know why he had three. He had one on the left side, one directly in front of him, and one on the right side. All of them were navigating. One of them was speaking to him in Korean, and I just was, you know what, I'm not going to judge you for your driving preferences, just get me there safely. He almost killed me, okay? The whole ride, he was like the fastest driver in the world, no patience, sipping on his Dunkin' Donuts coffee. We was about to die, okay, child? Then we get to the hotel. He's like, oh, this is the hotel right here. I'm like, yeah. The man doesn't speak good English, so I'm like, you know what, it's fine. We're at the hotel, it's cool. This man goes around the back to where there's large signs, even though it's dark. By the time I get to Jersey, it's like 10:30 at night, almost 11 o'clock. So, huge signs, caution, don't come back here. Fences, cones, everything, the whole nine. This man still follows the cone area, past the hotel entrance, and goes around the back where they're clearly doing construction, and makes his own entrance. I don't know how he thought this was an entrance, but it was the back of the hotel. Clearly they were doing construction, so there were levels. Like, where we were driving was on the street, but the hotel was like down a level. So it was this big gap between us on the street and the start of the hotel. This man drove around the construction signs, cones, and everything to go directly down from this gap. We're on a gap up here. He goes directly down from the gap. And so we're tilted in the car like this. So I'm like, okay, yeah. He was like looking over and in the window trying to make sure we weren't gonna die, because it literally looked like we were gonna flip over. It was insane. Like, we were literally leveled off incorrectly, tilted into a construction site. He finally drives in. The grace of God, we didn't die. He drops me off. I get to the hotel. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I just have to check in. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm sweating. I'm tired. I have jet lag. I almost died with my Uber driver. And my phone's about to die. So I go to check in. I'm like, you know what? I've been traveling since I was like 16, 17, because that's how long I've been working. It's never a problem. It was a problem this time. So I go to check in. Boom. The guy's like, oh, it's $100 security deposit to be able to check in. I'm like, $100 for what? And he's like, $100 because just in case anything goes wrong with the room. Which is, I've heard of before. I've never heard of someone doing a $100 security deposit. The only time I've heard of a security deposit that was larger was when I rented a car, and this was a hotel room for 2 nights. So I was extremely confused on to why it was so damn expensive and why they didn't put that in their guidelines. So then I'm like, I didn't see that when I booked it, or I would have made sure that, you know, I had just $100 to just put on a room extra on top of everything else I already spent to get here. And he's just like, oh yeah, we had to update the policy because the other night someone destroyed our room and it ended up being like $300 in damage. I'm like, what does it have to do with me? Like, I'm just trying to check into my room, go to sleep. It's almost 11 o'clock at night. I'm fighting with him to try to not pay the $100 because I'm just like, dude, I'm only gonna be here for 2 days. Why the hell I gotta give you $100? I've only been in Jersey for maybe an hour, and I've already spent almost $200 between the Uber and between checking in. Great. I check in, go to the room, and the room is just like, it's cute, but it's like outdated. It just had like these super old pictures, these super old dressers. The room just looked old. It looked like an old person's home. So then I try to be positive. I'm like, you know what? Just go to sleep, wake up in the morning, go to BookCon, everything's gonna be fine, right? Yeah, wrong. Everything was not fine. So the next day I wake up, boom, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna get an Uber to the Java Center. I'm just gonna hang out, everything's gonna be cool. I check my pass. This whole time I've been thinking that I got a pass for Saturday and for Sunday. And you know what? I only got a pass for Saturday. I don't know why or who told me that if I bought the ticket it will cover for both days or it covers for the weekend. But I bought the ticket and it literally only covered for Saturday. So like me looking forward to checking out Sunday, taking $100 and getting more book stuff was just completely down the drain because I didn't even have a pass for Sunday. So that was that. And I'm like, you know what, let me just check and see how much it's gonna cost to Uber from here. $30. $30, it doesn't matter. I tried like going to different destinations. I'm like, okay. And it's because I'm in Jersey, and despite the fact that it's only 10 minutes away from the center, 10 minutes, they have to go through a toll to get to the center. Great. Mind you, my hotel is in the middle of the highway, so it's not like I'm in the city where I can just like hop outside and be like, okay, I'll just walk a few blocks and then I'll just get a bus and then everything will be fine. No, I was on a freaking ramp. I was on a highway system thing where it was like, there was no way that I was going to be able to walk anywhere. But I was like, you know what? I'm still going to try it. I'm going to try to walk. I'm going to try to walk to the bus station, get a bus, and then go there. No. That didn't happen. I went outside. I was already sweating within 20 seconds. I had my sweatpants on. I had my flip-flops on. I'm like, okay, we're going to troop it out. It ain't happening, okay? Within 5 seconds of me walking, I was over it. I couldn't figure out which way the GPS wanted me to go because of the fact that I was literally in the middle of a highway. So I'm just like, okay, you know what? Fuck this, okay? I'm over it. I just ordered the Uber, $30, whatever. So here's the thing about BookCon. BookCon is... How do I explain this? Just too much. It just wasn't for me. Personally, I probably will never go to BookCon again. I genuinely, it's just not my thing. If you want to go to the city, hang out, go to restaurants, do it up. I love New York. I'm down for that. The convention center and all the vibes I was getting, pinging off of people, it just wasn't for me. I don't know why, for some reason, I thought people were going to just be taking books and just throwing them at me. Like, take this book right now. It's an art. Take it. Because every time people talk about BookCon, they show all these books that they got, all the stuff that they got, you know, for free. I looked everywhere trying to find an arc, a book, whatever that was free or whatever from the authors that were giving them out was impossible. You know the people that got them? The bigger booktubers, the people that were bloggers, the people that were publicists, those are the people that got them. Or people that would literally have fought you to get their hands on a book, but I ain't gonna fight you over it because then I'll be in jail. So it just was a lot. For me, it is like the arcs that they were giving out, people were about to kill each other over, pushing, shoving, doing all this chaotic shit. They had set up times at certain times when people would go grab books. Every time you tried to go and get them, they already were gone. Little kiosks were getting bombarded. It was just like a lot happening. BookCon is chaotic. The only thing that made that entire day was me meeting up with Jesse and me meeting up with Shane, because I literally was on my breaking point. I had left, on top of me getting there and being extremely frustrated, I left my spandex and I left my van, so I literally only had my flip-flops. You know, after a while, flip-flops are uncomfortable, okay? So I had to troop it out in my heels, like 6-inch heels. They were chunky, so you know they were comfortable, so I was fine. But I brought my Vans and I had my spandex, and both of those magically disappeared out of my suitcase. I clearly must have forgotten to pack them. So I couldn't put my skirt on. I had to wear my sweatpants. I was tired. I was hot. I was over it. Because I'm like, oh, I'm going to have a ton of books. I saw people coming in there with suitcases. So I'm like, okay, clearly they're giving out a ton of books. I could not find anywhere that was giving out these free arcs and all these free whatever. Maybe if I was with a group of people and they all knew what time and where to be, it would have been a different experience. I will never ever do that again. Like, even the books that they had there, you would think, okay, give me 50% off, give me 20% off. No, them books were full price. Some of them were like $20. Like, what is the point? I thought people go to BookCon like to take cute little pictures, meet up with people, and get free books. We met up with a ton of people. And honestly, bigger booktubers only talk to bigger booktubers. Some people look you dead in the face, not say anything, which is cool because it's like you're not obligated to talk to me. I really don't care if you do, but you know. Okay. And this was another thing I was super excited about. Your girl loves pictures, okay? I love taking pictures. I love cosplay. I love taking. My phone has like 4,000 pictures, okay? I take pictures of everything. So the biggest thing I was looking forward to was like the group pictures. I see all these booktubers posting all these pictures of them doing all these cute little poses and all this stuff, and I'm like, it looks like they're having so much fun. So we finally figure out where they're taking these pictures at. The wall is tiny, okay? And then as soon as we get over there, they pack all their shit up and they go somewhere else. The one that takes the, you know, the pictures that everybody knows about, she takes the pictures. I'm pretty sure she does it for free. I don't think she works for BookCon, so she's not getting compensated. I get it. She's probably hot, tired, over it. But the whole vibe, it was not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be fun, energetic, fun. But it was just like, they were so focused on getting these damn pictures done correctly, making sure everyone was focused, nobody was talking. And anytime someone talked, they had to do this clapping thing to make sure they were paying attention. The whole scene of taking those pictures was just like, not for me. I think that she was just overwhelmed. There was too many people, and I think it ended up being like 71 or something, and it wasn't a fun time. Like, I'm just gonna say, it wasn't fun. Taking them damn pictures was not fun, period. Like, that, the whole vibe was just like off. The best part though was the fact that I was standing behind Comics Bench. I literally got starstruck. Like, everybody, you know, nobody can judge me. Everybody has their person that they love on BookTube or whatever. He's one of my favorite booktubers, and the fact that I was standing behind him, I was literally freaking out. Once all that chaos was done, all the bigger booktubers, they grabbed all their shit and got in their little groups and dispersed. All of them. A few of them stayed behind. Like, some of them were really personable, some of them were really sweet. One of them that really stood out to me was Jesse. He came up to us when we all were talking and stuff and was like, hey, like, I just want to introduce myself, I'm Jesse. I'm like, I know who you are, you're one of the biggest booktubers on this freaking platform. But he was so sweet, and he was like anxious, which is so crazy because like his videos are so like energetic and like all over the place and like exciting, and he just was so quiet and like introverted, and it was just so precious. He was a precious little being. Sweet, personable. He stood over there talking to us like for like 15 minutes. It didn't feel forced either. It didn't feel like he did it because he wanted to do it to make sure no one talked shit. He did it because he just was like, hey, it's people over here talking, I want to go introduce myself. Chloe was super sweet, but the best part was when all the big booktubers disappeared and the camera demons disappeared. When they packed all their shit and they left, that's when the fun started, because everybody started finding their favorite people, taking pictures with them. The one-on-one pictures were way more fun because you got to talk to people. Those pictures came out great. Everybody had a good time. Me, Jesse, and Shane, we had some amazing conversation. Hanging out and stuff like that was fun. But then when we all split up, and it was time for me to figure out how to get to my hotel. Oh my God. We took the subway. I went to the bus. I told him where I needed to go. He gave me a bus ticket that was leaving in 3 minutes. And that gate was nowhere near where I was at. Me and Blue were like running to try to get to my gate. I get to the gate, the bus isn't there. Wait for the bus doesn't come. 3 other people were waiting for the same bus as me. And so I know I wasn't tripping. Bus never came. I got there at 9:15. I waited for 9:15 bus, the 9:20 bus, the 9:45 bus, the 10 o'clock bus, the 10:30 bus. Wait! And then at that point, I just like busted through the doors that I wasn't supposed to go through, and I talked to the bus people, and I was like, where the hell is this bus that everybody is waiting for? And they're like, oh, it comes at 11. Listen to me. I was not staying there for another second. I got there at 9:15. I was not about to stay there until 11 o'clock at night. I packed up all my shit. I went outside and I found a taxi. Had to pay $35. And then like after that, I was just done. I was done with like just me. I absorb energy really easily. I'm really sociable when I get into sociable situations. But personally, I like to be by myself. I was peopled out. Everybody had a great time together. I'm extremely thankful for all the people that I met. But one, I didn't get not one damn book. My whole transportation situation was just like a nightmare. Between the flights, the Ubers, the buses, all that shit. I was over it. Okay? Over it. Sunday, I just stayed in my hotel room damn near the whole day. I went to the mall. I hung out. The mall that I went to ended up having a movie theater in it. I went in there. I saw Aladdin again. It was a good time. Okay? But then I was like, you know what? I really just want to finish this book. Let me just go to the airport super early. My flight wasn't until like 8 at night. It was like 3. I'm like, cool, let me go there. Every single flight was either delayed or canceled. So when I was walking up there, I was like, please God, let mine just be delayed. I was supposed to get home at 10 o'clock at night. I didn't get home until 3 a.m. For me personally, BookCon is not my thing. It's not worth the hype. I would rather go to something that's smaller, more sociable, a cookout, a barbecue, a gathering, an ice cream meetup, bar meetup, any of those things, cool. Now, I met a ton of people, which I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for a safe travel despite all the chaos. I'm thankful that I got back home safely. But when I tell you I needed 24 hours to deflate and re-energize, I 100% needed that. But if anyone ever wants to meet me, it don't have to be at something smaller where I'm more comfortable. That's my story time. Thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember, read a book, keep your life interesting, and I will see you next time. Bye.